Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys predicted to sign projected $60 million Chiefs star. The Dallas Cowboys are in a position to make moves this offseason. It was a very quiet offseason for the Cowboys a year ago, and it was clear throughout the year that things needed to change. Last offseason was a disaster, but that's in the past, and all the front office and ownership can do is get ready for this free agency period. There are many options for the Cowboys to pursue, including Kansas City Chiefs free agent Nick Bolton, a linebacker who has been a consistent starter since being drafted in 2021. Garrett Podale of CBS Sports likes the Cowboys to sign Bolton, predicting them to do just that. The Dallas Cowboys have restructured both quarterback Dak Prescott's contract and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb's contract to free up cap space this week. Those moves come on the heels of Dallas re-signing defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa to a 4-year, $80 million extension, which opened up even more cap space for 2025. The Cowboys also have a big need at inside linebacker with DeMarvion Overshown recovering from another season-ending knee injury and veteran Eric Kendricks hitting the open market. Bolton attending Lone Star High School in Frisco, Texas, just down the road from the Star, the Cowboys facility, and being in the middle of his 20s makes him primed to come home to Dallas, Podale wrote. How much will Bolton land? The Dallas Cowboys have around $54 million in cap space, according to Over the Cap. They have money to spend, but will have to be careful with who they give contracts to. PFN predicted Bolton would land a 4-year, $60 million deal with $49 million in guaranteed money. The Chiefs have consistently cycled through rookie contract players in the back seven of their defense and generally let them hit free agency, with Willie Gay Jr. the latest example at off-ball linebacker last offseason. That said, Gay was a part-time player, whereas Bolton has been a staple at the middle linebacker spot almost from day one. Bolton is a bit stiff when flipping his hips and can get picked on at times in coverage, but he is an absolute bruiser coming forward in the run game, PFN wrote. After posting 106 tackles, 11 tackles for a loss, and 7 quarterback hits, he's worth the price. Cowboys looking to be smart in free agency. Stephen Jones said the Dallas Cowboys plan to look at everything in free agency, but added that the team will be selectively aggressive. We're going to look at everything we can, Jones said, per John Machota of The Athletic. We're going to be selectively aggressive. Cowboys learn of new trade asking price on DK Metcalf. Frisco, DK Metcalf has requested a trade from the Seattle Seahawks, and Seattle seems ready to comply. The two problems, for anybody dreaming of a pairing with CeeDee Lamb on the Dallas Cowboys, or for most any other team, really, comes down to the double whammy price tag. Yes, those two receivers together in Dallas would immediately be one of the most lethal receiver duos in the NFL. But initially, after hearing what Seattle and Metcalf are expecting in return from his trade, the Cowboys had reason to quit dreaming. Reports initially said the Seahawks are seeking a first-round and third-round draft pick in exchange for Metcalf. Then, DK expects a new contract offer valued at around $30 million a year. That second number might be exorbitant. But that first number definitely is. But now a change. Updates now suggest that Seattle has lowered its asking price to just a second-round pick, a much more palatable ask for Dallas or any of the other teams that are calling the Seahawks. There are presently 6 other receivers, including Lamb, who make north of $30 million a year in the NFL. The rest of that list, Minnesota's Justin Jefferson, Philadelphia's A.J. Brown, Detroit's Amon-Ra St. Brown, Miami's Tyreek Hill and San Francisco's Brandon Ayuk. Does Metcalf deserve to be in that upper echelon? Maybe. But Cowboys COO Stephen Jones has talked cautiously about paying twice, in a new contract and a costly trade. So while we don't see Metcalf in Dallas, the Cowboys might chase another Seattle name and just cut Tyler Lockett, who like DK is a protege of former Hawks offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, now the Cowboys head coach. We are seeing Seattle's asking price move in a way that makes a trade of some sort seem much more likely. Cowboys signing Stefon Diggs. Hot topic on rumor mill and free agency. Some signs, or at least some rumors, point to Stefon Diggs and the Dallas Cowboys being a brotherly match in free agency. Frisco, Stefon Diggs experienced an injury-riddled contract year with the Houston Texans in 2024. He's about to enter free agency with big stats and some big drama, too. And despite his ACL tear being the primary cause of last season's disappointment, the Pro Bowl receiver is apparently moving on from Houston. And rumors are visualizing him signing with the Dallas Cowboys. Last year, Diggs joined C.J. Stroud and the Texans via trade from Buffalo, but the pairing fell short of meeting expectations. The veteran receiver totaled career lows in targets, receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. With his one-year deal up in Houston, the 31-year-old gets another fresh start. For the Dallas Cowboys, a player such as Diggs could be a coveted piece that fits the team's needs and helps create the culture new coach Brian Schottenheimer desires. They may also have the ace up their sleeve to lure Stefon, his younger brother Trayvon. Standout cornerback Trayvon, entering his 6th season with the Cowboys, is also recovering from an ACL injury that forced him to miss the entire season. He is poised to have a massive impact once he returns. Stefon and Trayvon Diggs reuniting as members of the Cowboys almost makes too much sense, right? Both parties, Stefon Diggs and Dallas, are in win-now windows. The Cowboys desperately need a receiver opposite of CeeDee Lamb. Diggs needs a place where he doesn't have to be a number one option as he returns from injury. Those boxes can get checked, and the rumors are now flying about a brotherly connection in the Dallas locker room. We certainly recognize Stefon has a reputation for bringing dramatic baggage wherever he goes. But maybe that emotion gets funneled properly here inside the star. The only downside? Money, of course. The Diggs might cost a projected $13 million for 1 year. While the price may be high, is Dallas desperate enough to take the risk? Some signs, or at least some rumors, point to Stefon Diggs and the Dallas Cowboys being a brotherly match in free agency. And are you a fan? What do you think of the Stefon Diggs situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.